All right, this is okay. Welcome everyone to another video where I go ahead and showcase my ideas for a Honkai Impact 3rd toy line. Again, this is Robert J. Cuff. This is a presentation that I made for MiHoYo on what I think will be a perfect and ideal toy line for the video game Honkai Impact 3rd, of course. And I already went through two videos before. One was the introduction, and the other introduction and year one. Then I went ahead and went through year two in the last video, and this is going to be year number 3. So we're going to go ahead and jump in right in here. Just like year number 2, each set will now comprise of 7 new figures. This time, sets will usually consist of 4 playable Valkyrie battle suits, 1 side character, and 2 enemies. There is an exception to this rule, of course, and I'll go ahead and get into it when I get to that set, as well as the fact that for the most part, I am trying to keep 1 battle suit per Valkyrie per set. Again, that's another thing that will break for this one set that will be coming up in year number 3, and I'll kind of, again, explain my rationale for doing what I did. There will be more free outfits used as chase figures, as the recolored suits are not as prevalent at this point with the battle suits. This year will feature the first Super Deluxe figure sets, which shows certain battle suits that are much too grand and larger than life to be contained in a simple standard packaging. One that's going to go under this moniker is a super big set that I'm hoping to call the Last Lesson set. It will include Hersher of the Void, Vermilion Night Eclipse, and Veneris. Now, this set is very big, but if need be, it can be split into 3 separate packages, 1 for each Valkyrie and 1 for Veneris. I also have another Super Deluxe figure for Hersher of the Void, which will include her new double-armed, double-cannoned Project Bunny and her motorcycle. We got, of course, the normal boss lineup that will come in twice a year between sets 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. There will be an additional boss figure proposed for this year that's going to be massively huge, and thus the recommendation is to make him a play set, and that is going to be the MSR7 Wu-Ten play set. And we'll go ahead and go into more details, but there is a recommendation to just go all in with this one for the robot to be built from the waist up with the walkways and walls all around him. This will be an epic scale toy at the same level as the USS Flag for the G.I. Joe toy line and the Castle Grayskull for the He-Man toy line. So this is going to be huge, I think. And of course, now we're going to go ahead and there's going to be some more normal summer and winter event sets. There'll be some special ultra exclusive Supreme outfit set, and there will be and these, of course, will show some of the game's best suits and should be sold either online or as a real-life event exclusive, such as a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. There will also be 2 packs of well-known outfits that should be also ultra-exclusive releases. So we're going to go ahead and go right into the first set for this 3rd year. I have, of course, Dimension Breaker. Not the most popular suit out there, but I always kind of enjoyed her. And of course, Kiana Castellana is back with her Night Moonbeam. We got Raiden May's Lightning Empress and Fu Hua's Phoenix. And I kind of want to keep this set as it was, just because it was kind of the showcasing of everyone, all the main female characters' first major S-rank suit that came out, and they kind of all came out pretty in rapid succession. I got Fuxi here as the side character, and of course we got some very unique. I believe that these are the Frost versions of these zombies, and I think the color scheme is really cool. We did have recolors, palette swaps for each of these characters. For each of these suits, but the rarer of the 3 was definitely Night Moonbeam's version, and I one of my favorites, so I went ahead and made her the ultra rare chase. Now, the standard weapons, for the characters. Again, there was some doubling up here just because of how many weapons there were. Now, I did give Fuxi a weapon. This is the canon, the Book of Fuxi, just because it had shared her name. I figured it'd be good for it to be with her as well. We have the first lineup, some recolors. We got Padrino and Hellfire Mecha for the mech robots for this set. And this is going to be, of course, the first boss set, regular boss set for this year. We got Pavarti and the RPC 6626. Of course, again, with the floating pieces here, we will have them held together by clear plastic pieces. And since this is a rideable mech boss, where several times Valkyries have flown these vehicles, there will be a detailed cockpit for them, for the Valkyries to actually fit into. Now we go ahead to the second set, and this is going to be the one that kind of breaks the mold that I had, the rules that I made before. It's going to have two Teresa Apocalypse outfits, the Celestial Hymn and Luna Kindred, as well as you notice that there is also not a side character on the side. I mainly did this because there was a set that I wanted to have some specific battle suits in and together for. That's coming a little bit later. And some of these outfits, it was taking too long to get some of these outfits out there. They've been out in the series for too long, and for everyone to wait as long as they had to just to get these figures, I wanted to kind of double up on this particular set, just because one, then the next set will kind of be a more cohesive story, if you will, and then of course it got some of these other outfits out there in a viable state so people can actually purchase them if they happen to like those suits. But again, this is not exactly breaking the rules, because here we have the regular principle of Saint Freya Teresa here, whereas this Teresa was actually a vampire. I mean, it's kind of an elseworld story, kind of like a multiverse story here. But yeah, I figured it would be okay to do it this time and just kind of break the rules a little bit on this set, just for the future sets. I mean, of course, we also have Craig Miser. I don't know how to pronounce this properly, so forgive me, Sudin Yager. And then, of course, Fuhua's second S-rank suit, the Shadow Knight. We have some more of those Frost zombies that are really coolly, very much a cool color. I do have the recolor here, and since none of these others had recolor, this Teresa had a kind of a wedding outfit that was pretty cool and came out pretty quickly after Luna Kindred came out. But I have another idea for that suit, so I didn't bring it in here. Instead, I went ahead and brought one of Callan's, the Callan suit here. This was not one of the free outfits. This, of course, was it was a premium suit, I guess, about $15 if I'm not mistaken of how much it's cost. But so it wasn't a free outfit. It wasn't free with any kind of event, but I figured we needed a chase in here, so it's a great outfit, and I went ahead and put it in here at this point. I really had no other place for this suit to come out in, so I figured this would be a good enough place as any. Of course, we've got the weapons there. Now, the next deluxe set will have two recolors of previous Honkais. And now we come to the summer events. Now, again, these are 2-packs. They don't have to be 2-packs, but I thought they would work well together, especially this 2-pack, Blue Summer 2-pack, because they kind of both look like they belong together. They just kind of match each other. We got Summer Twins with the Vaga Twins. Those are their versions of the swimsuit outfits. And then, of course, Schizo Summer. We got Rita in her swimsuit and Durandal in her summer wear. Now, this will also come in. This battle suit will come, both battle suits. Every instance of this battle suit, let me put it that way. Every instance of this battle suit will come out with a variation of the pet that comes out during this battle suit's ultimate. And this one actually had the pet having a more blue motif, whereas normally it's red. So, or actually, I think it's green. I believe it's green. So either way, it'll come out with a blue version of that pet for this set. And then here is where the Luna Kindred wedding outfit comes in. We got the another summer event 2-packs, the Saint Freya wedding bells. It's for Teresa and of course Himiko. I got the betrothed beauties with Rita and Sakura, and of course got Saint Freya's summer fashion with several other fashion that the girls of Saint Freya had. These are very much summery type outfits. Even though this is a hoodie, I mean, come on, like if you're not gonna wear this during the winter. And then Rustic Noir is the name of this outfit because I remember it's one of my favorites. It will come with a replaceable head for Fuhua. It'll be her with the normal hair here, and then her with her white and pink hair. Just because whenever she goes into, and of course, red eyes. And this is because whenever she went into her ultimate, her appearance changed to that, and I thought that would be really cool to have that incorporated into the toy line. Another one we have, because several other sets we have, is the Summer Festival Part 1 set and Summer Festival Part 2. All these outfits look like they were going to a festival of some sort, so I went ahead and put them in a set together. Now, there are 2 Sakura outfits, very unique and awesome in their own right, but I didn't want to go ahead and put them into the same package. Then we got the Summer Date. There's another one where those 2 outfits just look like they belong to each other, and since Ciele and Bronya are love interests, it kind of looked like they were going on a date with each other in these outfits. So I thought that they make a really cute set together. And then here, as I said in the intro, this is the last lesson ultimate box set or a 3-part set. Here we have Herrscher of the Void, Vermilion Night Eclipse, and Benares. Benares will be perfectly to scale. Again, these can be separated or in one big box set, and of course both of these have their ultimate weapons as well as a bunch of other weapons because we have so many. So now we go to the 3rd series, and this is kind of where you'll understand what I'm going with here. We got Black Nucleus, Night Squire, Phantom Iron, which again will have her green dog, and Valkyrie Blade Strike, but this is actually going to be the augmented version of Valkyrie Blade Strike, known as Striker Fulminata, and then Cocolia, who she around the time the augmented Blade Strike came out, she was starting to become part of the storyline. The Cocolia was becoming a part of the storyline. We also got some boss characters. Now these are characters that are bosses and probably should be with the boss lineup, but they didn't have a lot of flashy moves. They were just strong fighters, and so there wasn't a lot to put into a set that would be consistent with like the size and scope of a boss set. So I went ahead and put them in here. We got Boss Callan, which is Callan in her habit. And of course, Shadow Knight, Boss Shadow Knight. Now, this is going to be different than the Shadow Knight battlesuit that was in the previous set, simply because it's going to have the red motif with Fuhua with the mask on. So this is going to be her basically during the ultimate, whereas the suit that you get in the previous set will be her during normal regular play. And then, of course, we got some chase figures. We got that new, I believe it's, I don't think it's Black Butler, but it's similar. That's similar name to that. I forgot what it was called, but that was the recolor of Night Squire. Very cool one. And it's also another really cool outfit for Night Squire as well. Night Squire had some amazing outfits. It had this. This one also looked really good. And then, of course, one of my favorites, Rustic Noir. Fuhua has some of the best outfits in the game, period. So, Dark Butler. So it was close to Black Butler. Okay, that's what it was called. All right. And of course, the Boss Shadow Knight will come with the weapon with the pre-weapons. And I went ahead and gave Callan these pistols, because I believe that's exactly what she uses when you fight her. And then, of course, Oath of Judah as well, because, yeah, she uses that. Oh, and of course, here's the dog in the green format with Phantom Iron. Now we go to the next boss set. We got a recolor of this guy and an introduction of Mech Deathweb. And then the next boss set here. Now this is two halves of this, basically the same boss, but they were and would appear quite frequently as bosses separate, often attacking at the same time. So I went ahead and put them both in a set together for the second and last boss set for this third year. And then here's that Ultra Mega toy set for Wu-Tan. Now, as I said, pretty much whatever you can see when you're fighting him in the video game is what I want to make in this toy set. I want this walkway. I want the walls on the back and the two sides. You have his fists, and he can swivel around there. There's even a part where his mouth, his like chest can open up and blast you. I want all of that to be a feature for this toy line. I went ahead and did some looking, and it looks like you only kind of underneath the walkway, you can only see like down as far as his kneecaps, and that's all I'm hoping to create with him, is just kind of like get this as a play set for everyone to kind of display their Valkyries on. And I think it would be an amazing set to have, an amazing play set. So here we have the fourth set for this third year, and this is kind of where my jumbling up on set number 2 of this year comes into play the most, because all these are the augmented versions of these outfits. We got Kiana's Void Drifter for the Valkyrie Ranger augmentation. Valkyrie Accipiter, I probably butchered that name, but of course we got the Hawk of Fog, which was that augmentation. And of course you'll have a replaceable face for with or without the eye patch, the eyeglass thing. Monocle, that's what's called, the monocle. Violet Executor's augmentation, which was called Twilight Princess, I believe it was called. Yeah, Twilight Paladin. Sorry. And then, of course, Yamabuki's augmentation, which was Drive Cometa. So, and then we're going to go have Nuwa at this point. I might actually have Nuwa come a little bit earlier, probably in the previous set, kind of have Nuwa change places with Cocolia, but that's just kind of an idea. They did kind of not get really all that screen time, even at this point in the story when these augmentations were coming out. So it wasn't until a little bit later that they really started becoming prevalent in the story. And of course, we got a couple recolors of those two small mech bosses. We have one recolor here for Void Drifter, and then we also went ahead and did Ultra Rare Chase. This is going to be the Prodigal Girl, which came out and was actually a new outfit for, and slightly different variation of White Comet. Of course, here we have the weapons. Drive Cometa gets a PRI weapon right there. Actually, it gets a couple of incredible weapons for her. So, we'll go from here. Now, we got some recolor of this Honkai boss, as well as introduction to this guy, the Meduzoa. Now the Meduzoa floats and will have a stand with a clear peg to help it float. And that's going to be the same with this guy as well. And now here's the second Super Deluxe set. This is the Hersher of Reason set. Again, you're going to have Branya in all her glory. The two-handed Project Bunny. As you can see, there are some floating pieces there. Again, they're going to be held together by clear plastic. Each of these weapons will be doubled because Project Bunny in this mode needs 2 of them. So each of these will she'll get each of these in duplicates. And Project Bunny will most likely not transform into this, simply because it's a combination of the fact that there are floating pieces, and then trying to fit in clear plastic, and then still have it be able to turn to this. I figured just having Project Bunny and the motorcycle as separate toy lines that's going to be in the set, so that you just going to go, oh, he transformed, now she's on her motorcycle or something like that. Not going to worry about actually making the transformation work. It'd be really cool if we could, but I'm not going to really push that idea. And this is the last set for this 3rd year. We got Rita in her Argent Knight Artemis set, Sakura in her Dark World Jonin set, and Seele in her Pinnacle Stygian Nymph set. We also have Raven and Welt Yang, who became prevalent at this point, as characters here. And this is also where we introduce the Immortal Blades. We've got the Saboteur and the Guard. The chase, of course, will be Veliona, actually, in this case. It's not necessarily a recolor, just kind of Seele's alternate personality. But what a way to introduce her as then having her be the chase. And then the Ultra Rare Chase is going to be the Dark Bolt Jonin outfit that came out the next set after she was introduced, the next expansion. Not a lot of weapons here. Notice that we got we do have some nice weapons. Again, these weapons won't be doubled because she has 2 of them for Dark Bolt Jonin, but her outfit will actually have 2 of the key weapon for Hersher of the Void. I mean, that's her Hersher of Thunder. My bad. And then here are the winter events. Now, these are all going to be based on Honkai Kingdoms. There was a couple expansions based on Honkai Kingdoms, which is kind of like all the Valkyries in the medieval times. And they each of those expansions, each of those side quests, events came with their own outfit. Craig Miser had one where it was Pirate Himiko, which was pretty cool. It's one of my favorite. Actually, both of these are my favorite outfits. Of course, Argent Knight comes with, this is the Rita from the Honkai Kingdom set. Durandal and Kiana were also part, I think, of the second, or actually, I think there was like a total of 3 events that kind of took place in the Honkai Kingdoms. And so these are a couple other outfits that came with that. Here's Rita as Starlight Astrologist, I believe it's called. Either way, that's her outfit that came out with the last event that had to do with Honkai Kingdoms, as well as basically the same Pirate Himiko in a different outfit. A really, really cool outfit, though. So I thought that those would make some really good 2 sets. Just kind of have them all together in a set. Now, here's some really special outfits right here. These are some of the super deluxe premium outfits. Some of them are, some of them aren't, actually. These were event sets, but they were great, and they really fit with this kind of dual sides 2-pack idea that I had, where it's basically good Fuhua and bad Fuhua is kind of how it was portrayed. We got a couple Teresa outfits that really, honestly, didn't have a place for, but I thought they kind of fit here because it was just kind of like, instead of Teresa being the principal, here she is being a detective or a sage. That was kind of interesting. Mirrored flourishes will make their glorious appearance here. You'll have Veliona and Seele both in the same package. And then we have some ultra premium outfits for Night Moonbeam and Hersher of the Void right here. And then here are some of the Supreme outfits. These are also very much deluxe outfits that did cost a little bit more than average to get and obtain. We got the Sixth Serenade outfit here, the Celestial Hymns premium outfit here. This, of course, was Vermilion Knight's first really nice luxury outfit. Night Moonbeam's Uber outfit right there, and of course, this is Shadow Knight's best outfit. So, in conclusion, these are all just my ideas on how Honkai Impact 3rd could potentially make one of the greatest toy lines in the world that the world has ever seen. As with Honkai Impact 3rd being in 92 countries, it should be easy to market these toys to a very large fan base, just as long as the toys meet each country's guidelines for toys, which it should if the games are allowed and unedited. For those that cannot be sold directly in each country, the consumer can simply purchase them over the internet. All these are just recommendations and nothing set in stone. If we want the figures to come out faster or slower, those changes can be made. If you want to switch the orders of the figures, the weapons they get, those can be easily done. This is just a starting point. Now, who am I? My name is Robert J. Cuff. I do have a background in customer service, but I'm much rather leave that profession and do something else like create this toy line. Of course, I have also experience in 3D modeling and texturing. I have interest in video games, music, anime, action figures, and superheroes. I am also, in my free time, a creative writer looking to publish my first book, and I'm also a fan. Again, this is kind of a application to MiHoYo on what I potentially can bring to the Honkai franchise. Here is my bibliography on where I got all these pictures from. You can go ahead and pause and look as needed. But otherwise, that's the end of the presentation. I do really thank you for listening in on this. And if you really like it, please give me a like. Also, if you have any suggestions, please go ahead and put them down in the comments. Again, nothing says stone, and I certainly do want some feedback. But otherwise, I do want to thank you guys for tuning in and watching this. And you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.